Hey, y'all, it's Tony from Ropes and Wings. Hey, I want to introduce this next session just to hide personal information for the client. She allowed me to share this because it has so much information in it, but she didn't want her identity revealed. But before I actually play the session, she had left me an amazing testimonial on how much these sessions are a springboard to greater things. And I love to hear all the amazing stories following a session. It's just phenomenal to me that I'm able to be a guide on these sessions, and they're absolutely terrific. So before I actually play the session, I'm going to play that testimonial so you can listen to that and get an idea. This session is packed full of amazing information, and I hope you all enjoy. And I hope it resonates with you. I love you all. If you'd like to book a session with me, click on my links in the description, and I'd love to see you soon. I'd love to help guide your session. Love you all. Bye-bye now.
Hi, Anthony. I am so excited to share what has been happening with me since our session. And I am so overjoyed. I'm just going to tone it down a little because I'm just excited. So the remarkable changes within myself that I noticed, and people have noticed this, the weight loss is happening. And it's happening effortlessly and organically. And I'm so happy with that because I've been struggling all my life. And additionally, I've taken the initiative to declutter my living space, letting go of items I've been holding on to. And that was such an easy process for me. It's like this force within me, and it was guided, and I had to declutter certain things I was holding on to. And this newfound determination is a wonderful awakening. I'm excited also to let you know that I'm in the process of launching a new business and transitioning to a different career. I am incredibly thankful for your guidance and you accompanying me, through this session. I cannot thank you enough. I am so happy that it's you. And I can't wait for my next session. And I am going to book another session. Thank you so much. I give you big hugs. And I'll talk to you soon.
Pass your awareness down the body, starting at the head, and let me know if you find anything.
The right temple.
What sensation do you get in the right temple?
Like a pressure.
Let's have Archangel Michael place his net of white light around the pressure in the right temple, all the way around where that energy is attached. And as you focus deeper on that pressure in the right temple, what color do you sense that to be?
Like a violet, blue, no, like a blue, light gray, a bluish, light gray.
And
it's a mixture.
Yes. And I want to speak to this blue light gray energy that is causing pressure in the temple. I'd like to speak to it. If it had anything to say, what would it say?
I feel that there's a connection going from ear to ear from that point right now. and a little higher than the temple. So I don't know if there's a connection from the temple to the ears. I just feel like it's getting sharper and it's like extending it to the ears.
Mm-hmm. When you
I
focus
feel
deep,
frustrated.
yes, doing very good. What is this frustration you're feeling? Is this frustration connected to the pressure that you feel in the temple and the connection to the ears?
I think so. I'm feeling emotional.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and just let that emotion just flow. When you focus deeper on this pressure that's in the temple and that connection that goes from
It's
ear
like
to ear.
the temple is like squealing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel there's no sound, but it feels like a squeal.
And do you sense that this is a consciousness we need to speak to? Or is this something else?
I think it's a consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Let's allow that to just speak. Allow that to use the throat chakra and just speak and say what it needs to say. And just say whatever comes into the mind first.
I feel squeezed
Mm-hmm.
and trapped.
Why is it that you feel squeezed and trapped?
There's no space in here anymore.
We're here to help you out. What is it that you're doing there in this one? Do you ever remember a time of having a human body?
No.
No. Who was it that sent you here? Who sent you here to this one? Who made you do this job?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. How old was this one when you were able to get in there? How old was she when you were placed there? What was going on in her life?
4 or 5.
And what was going on when she was 4 or 5? What was going on in her life?
She had a fear.
Mm-hmm.
A fear of Santa Claus, and that's when we came in her mind.
Mm-hmm. And what was your job when you got in there? What were you to do to this one?
To keep her in fear. Mm-hmm.
To keep her in fear. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you do that? How do you keep her in fear?
For her to doubt everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of the wind, fear of the smell,
Yes.
fear of the noises,
Mm-hmm.
fear of the feeling, fear.
Yes. What else do you do since you got in there when she was afraid of Santa Claus? What other issues do you cause? You create fear, but is there anything else that you do to her?
Sadness.
Mm-hmm. And how do you cause the fear and sadness? Do you influence her thoughts?
Yes.
Yes. What else do you do besides the fear and sadness you put in? What else do you do?
You squeeze her.
Mm-hmm.
Squeeze her so she's nice and tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And repeat the words inside.
Yes.
Just continuous words inside.
Yeah.
But now we're frustrated.
Yeah. Why are you frustrated?
We want to create fear.
Mm-hmm.
Not falling for it.
She's not following for it any longer.
No.
Your job's getting pretty difficult.
Yes.
And when you squeeze her, do you cause her headaches as well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You cause her tiredness. You cause her to just want to rest so she doesn't move. Feels tired, low energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So do you take her energy? Is that why she has low energy?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Do you send that energy back to anything else?
Yes, it's like a heartbeat
Mm-hmm.
that's attached to us,
Yes.
and it just siphons this energy.
Mm-hmm. And who is it that told you that you had to do this job? Who sent you here?
We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We just do what we have to do.
Yes. And what did they tell you about the light? What did they tell you? Why did they tell you that you had to do all this to this one?
We don't know.
You're just
We
following
just
orders.
follow commands.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, what if I told you that you are of the light and you've been lied to and deceived into doing this job? What would you think about that?
We've heard that.
You've heard that before, huh?
Yes.
What do you think about it? Do you believe that?
No.
No. Going to have the angels that are gathered around you. They're going to give you a message or show you an image of what your journey is going to look like after you detach from this one. You're frustrated and uncomfortable. What do they show you or tell you? What can you be doing instead of this?
Why? I could fly.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about? What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Did you used to fly before?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Feels good.
You would enjoy that very
I think
much.
I was a bird.
Beautiful.
I see a bird.
Uh-huh. What color were you as a bird?
White.
Beautiful. And so you were a bird before you were trapped and lied and deceived?
No.
No, but that's what you can be. What else do they show you?
See rabbits in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
My friends.
Yes.
My friends.
Beautiful. Can we help you out so you can get back to that again?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Before we do you do all this yourself? To this one? Or is there anything else there?
There's a wire
Uh-huh.
that's attached. Like I'm in one end and I see like a metal wire
Mm-hmm.
that's like I'm talking internally, like over her earlobe, and it goes all around the back of her head to the other ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I could describe it as a brace,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not like I'm just over that, but I'm not of metal.
Yes. Are you attached to that device? Or are you just running it?
I can't see if I'm attached.
It's okay. We'll help you to detach all that. Let me show you that you have the light inside. You don't need to take her energy anymore. Let me show you that you are of source. Can I do that?
Yes.
Beautiful. I want you to look deep inside your beingness. I want you to look for that tiny spark. Spark you're missing. Everyone has it. Tell me when you find that spark.
I don't see it, but I feel it.
Yes, we'll shine our light on you so you can locate it. You feel that spark there and you see it?
Yes.
Beautiful. Let's make
that. Got a flash.
Yes, let's make that spark larger than what you are. Let's completely wrap you in your own internal light source, your own power source. Completely wrap you in that light, the light of source. How does that light feel for you?
Warm.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember this feeling?
It's wavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wave of the ocean.
Beautiful. And are you ready for us to help you out?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to help and assist you out so you can go with the angels and heal and continue on that journey. Be free as a bird and fly again. Sound good? Beautiful. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. We're going to send a pulse of blue light through that net that you're wrapped in. This is going to help you to detach, and it's going to help you to detach all those wires. I'd like you to help the angels place all those wires, that device, and you and your energy into that net so we can gently lift you out. I want this one to feel this energy lifting off and detaching as we do this. 3, sending in that blue pulse of blue light, swirling through, detaching. This energy is helping the angels place all the devices and wires into the net and all its energy into the net so we can lift out. It's all into the net now. Let's gently lift out now. 2, almost out, and 1, out with the angels and the light of source. But before you go, is there anything that you would like to tell this one?
Why?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Is there anything this one would like to tell this energy before it goes?
Thank you.
Beautiful. Let's cut that final cord between these two. Cutting that final cord. And as we watch that energy go with the angels into the light of source to heal and continue on its journey, what color light can we place there for healing for you?
White.
Beautiful. And as I strike the tuning fork for pure white light, I want you to place that frequency there. As that frequency swirls, all those lower density feelings that were not ours just fall away. All the fear falls away. As that frequency swirls, you can feel your connection coming back in, your intuition, your decision making. Beautiful. How does that feel since we lifted that energy off?
Better.
Beautiful. And I see Archangel Metatron and Zadkiel separating the device from the consciousness. That consciousness is completely into source now. Beautiful. I'm going to ask the angels to continue to heal that area as we continue our scan. I'm scanning down the body, looking for any low-level, dense energy that should not be there, any feelings or sensations, pain or discomfort. Let me know if you find anything.
The right eye.
Mm-hmm. What sensation do you get in the right eye?
It's like just like an itchiness in the 2 corners, the outer corner of the eye and the inner corner of the eye.
Yes. Let's have Archangel Michael place his net of white light around the itchy feeling in the right eye, all the way around where this energy is attached. And as we focus deeper on this energy, what color do you sense this to be?
Red.
And I'd like to speak to this red energy causing the itchiness in the eye. I'd like to speak to it. If it had anything to say, what would it say?
I see an angry man, like with a cowboy hat, a flat cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just giving me a frown.
Yes. And I'd like to speak to this angry cowboy. I'd like to speak to it. What does it have to tell us?
Leave me alone.
I understand you want me to leave you alone, but this is a free will universe and you don't have permission to be there. Do you ever remember a time of having a human body?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what name can I call you?
Carl.
It's good to meet you, Carl. How old are you, Carl?
28.
And what year is it for you, Carl?
1942.
Mm-hmm. And what happened to your body in 1942, Carl? What caused you to come out of your body?
I was shocked.
Where was it that you were shot?
I see gravel.
Mm-hmm.
I see my body laying
Yes.
on the ground.
Do you know who shot you, Carl?
It's a man, a dispute.
Mm-hmm. Yes. In this dispute. Where in your body were you shot at?
My right eye.
Mm-hmm.
I see it now.
Yes.
The shot in my right eye, and then I fell to the ground.
Yes.
But I can't see the man who shot me.
Mm-hmm. And so when you come out of your body, after you were shot in the right eye, after you come out of your body and you're looking back at that body, where did you go next? What'd you do next?
I stayed around my home.
Mm-hmm. Why is it that you went to your home?
Because it's my home.
Yes. And where was it, or how did you find this one? What attracted you to this one?
When she was 7 years old, she went to the optometrist
And what was
here.
Uh-huh.
So when they injected a hole at the corner of her eye with a metal, and that was my entry point. I needed a body.
Mm-hmm. And that's
So
how
I've been with her since the age of 6.
Beautiful. Thank you for telling me that, Carl. And what issues have you been causing since you attached to her?
Her eyes have always been a problem, the right one.
Yes.
So she's had viruses in the right eye. So it has caused her frustration, and she wasn't able to see clearly many times. She even got the laser operation.
Yes.
And I brought in complication. She was about to lose the eye, but she got lucky, and another surgeon came in.
Uh-huh.
So I liked her eye.
Yes.
It reminded me of mine.
Yes.
And it's comfortable.
Uh-huh. Is there any other issues you've caused, Carl?
Well, her eye burned.
Mm-hmm.
Now she doesn't like the way her eyes look.
Yes. And are you causing the swelling and irritation around her eyes?
Yes.
Why did you just start that now?
Because I was afraid to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Made sure that I get comfortable. Nice, bumpy place.
Yes.
This is my home now.
Yes, I understand
my
that.
land, my home doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
This is my home now.
I see. Well, Carl, I'm here to help you out. Is there any other issues that you were causing her?
She doesn't see herself as pretty anymore.
Mm-hmm. Why do you affect that? Why do you make her not see how pretty she is?
I don't want to lose my home.
I understand. Is there anything else, Carl? Any other issues that you cause? Of course, you've caused anger because you're angry. Is there anything else? I want to help you both heal.
I don't want to talk anymore.
I understand you don't. Let me help you, though. Let's have Archangel Raphael assist Carl with his eye so he understands that he can see out of that eye. He does have an eye. Just because he doesn't have that body doesn't mean he can't see. So, Carl, are you ready for us to help you out of this one? So you can go get healed and maybe come back with another body if you choose. What do you think about that? You could go on your own adventure and you wouldn't be tied to this one any longer.
Much.
What do the angels say that are gathered around you? They have a message for you, Carl. What do they say to you about you continuing on another journey? What do the angels tell you, Carl?
You my wife?
Yes. Are you ready to see your wife, Carl?
Yes.
Beautiful. What I'd like you to do, Carl, is back on that day that you were shot and you're laying in that gravel. Instead of finding this one or going back to your home, I want you to look all the way around you, all the way around. I want you to look for that light as source, the light that pulls you towards it like many magnets or strings. Tell me when you find that
like
light,
a
Carl.
sun, a
Yeah.
bright sun.
Beautiful. Well,
Yes.
that beautiful. Now, what I want you to do is look into that bright sun, and the angels will help you to focus in on that sun. Who do you see waiting for you in that sun to help guide you back home?
My wife and my boy.
Beautiful. What do they say to you, Carl?
They're going like this with their hands.
Mm-hmm. They haven't seen you for a long time. How's that make you feel, Carl? Yes. Happy. And so, why is it that you didn't go into that light on that day you come out of your body?
I didn't want them to take my land, and I didn't know where to go.
I see.
I wanted to make sure that they wouldn't take my home and my land.
Yes. That's understandable. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go now and see your wife and your boy?
Yes.
Beautiful. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. We're going to send a pulse of blue light through that net. This might tickle a little bit, Carl, but it's going to help you to detach from this one. I want you to detach and place your energy into that net so we can lift you out. And I want this one to feel this energy of Carl start to lift off and detach. 3, sending that pulse of blue light swirling through the net. Carl's detaching. He's helping the angels place his energy into the net. This one's feeling this energy start to lift and detach. It's all into the net now. Let's gently lift out now. 2, almost out. And 1, out in the lightest source with his wife and his son. But Carl, before you go, is there anything that you would like to tell this one?
I'm sorry.
Thank you for that, Carl. Is there anything that this one wants to tell Carl before he goes?
I'm good.
Beautiful.
Only.
Beautiful. Let's cut that final cord between Carl and this one. Cutting that final cord as we watch Carl go with his wife and his son back into the lightest source to heal and to continue on his journey. What color light can we place there for healing for you?
Green.
Beautiful. And as I strike the tuning fork for the color green, I want you to place that frequency there. We'll ask Archangel Raphael to assist. This is his ray to assist with the healing. As that frequency swirls in and swirls outward, all those lower density feelings and issues that were not ours just falling away. You can feel your eyesight coming back in and healing and balancing. You feel your vision coming back online, your intuition, your decision making. That connection, that loving connection, that connection to the higher self and the divine all come flooding back as the chakras start to balance and straighten, becoming brighter and brighter. How does that feel now that we lifted that off? Beautiful. Let's ask Raphael to continue to assist in healing that right eye and those eyes as we continue with our scan. Let's scan down the body, looking for any low-level energy that does not belong there, any feelings or sensations, pains or discomforts. Let me know if you find anything.
It's all clear.
Beautiful. Let's have Archangel Michael place his net of white light around all the energy centers of this one's, the physical body and the energetic field all the way around. It's a very large net. What we're going to do is we're going to send a pulse of blue light up through this net. This is going to bring anything to the surface that we might have missed. I'm going to signify that blue light with striking the blue tuning fork. It's going to bring up anything that we've missed. Striking that blue tuning fork now. As it enters in through the feet, swirls around the legs, swirling around the root chakra, the sacral chakra, focusing on the sacral chakra, circling up into the solar plexus, focus deeper on the solar plexus, goes up into the heart, up into the throat, circling around the throat, up into the third eye, and then up into the crown, and then out the crown. And as we sent that blue light up through the body, the net, did that bring up anything that we might have missed?
There are two things. The first one is the heart beating fast.
Yes. What is the other one?
The throat, on the left side of the throat here, it's like not a squeeze, but like a contraction, like, or a light squeeze, and that runs here to here.
And let's have Archangel Michael place his net of white light around the throat, the contractions in the throat, all the way around where the energy is attached. And then also the heart, where the heart is beating faster, all the way around where that energy is attached. Which, are these two areas connected? Or are they separate?
Oh, I see like a string, so I'm assuming it's connected.
Beautiful. What color do you sense this to be when you focus on the throat and the heart? What color is this?
I see the heart. I see it red, like a red with some black in it.
Yes.
That I could see it easily. The throat, I see like a cylinder, and a long cylinder, and it looks like a tan color.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this long cylinder of the throat is connected to the heart. Seems like a device in the throat.
Yes, it's like a cylinder, and from the inside the cylinder, it's like a cord, and it's attached to the heart.
Beautiful. I'd like to speak to this red-black energy that's running this thin cylinder in the throat. I'd like to speak to that red-black energy. If it had anything to say, what would it say?
What I'm seeing in front of me is like a mad face, but it doesn't look like a human face. It's weird to see.
Yeah.
It's like a devil face, but you know, like a cartoon devil face, like with the eyebrows pointed in and frustrated.
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing as an image.
Yes. And I'd like to speak to that devil face. I'd like to speak to that consciousness that is making that devil face. What does it have to say to me? I know you want to talk to me. It's been a while since you talked to anybody. I'm going to assume that you never had a human body. Is that correct? You're pretty proud of yourself, aren't you?
Aren't you tired of asking questions?
Nah, I'm not tired of asking questions. I'm interested in you. You're pretty proud and pretty clever, aren't you? So what do you do? What's your job?
We are ordered to come here.
I
And we
understand.
do as we are requested.
Yes. Who was it that sent you?
My master.
And what did your master tell you to do to this one?
We fuel up just like your gas station.
Mm-hmm.
So I am at service.
Yes. So you take her energy just like a gas station, use it, send it on?
Exactly.
Yes. What else do you do?
That is my role. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm. How do you control her throat? Do you control the throat?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is there a device there in her throat that you run?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What does that device do?
It detects the frequencies. We control what she says.
Mm-hmm. I see. And where was your master from?
Very ancient, but I don't know from
Mm-hmm.
what time.
Yes. And how old was she and what was going on in her life when you were able to get in there?
She was born with it.
Yes.
The heart murmur.
I see.
Little hole for us to fill up.
Yes. I see. And what else do you do since you got in when she had that hole and that heart murmur as a baby? Was it before she was in the womb or when she was in the womb?
Oh, yes. I'm not going to answer.
Why not?
I already said a lot.
Uh-huh. Why don't you want to say
They don't
anymore?
want me to reply.
They have no control over you. We have the angels surrounded you and you're in this net of light, so they can't even touch you. So what's so special about this one? Why do you need to do all this to this one?
Stop her.
To stop her. What would happen if you didn't stop her? Your job has to be getting difficult now.
I'm here, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're in that heart space and that heart is getting brighter and brighter. Has to be very uncomfortable.
Don't want to talk anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're in this conversation and I want to find out more about you. You're very interesting to me. So you said we. How many of there are you?
9.
9. And where are they all located in this one? Just the heart and the throat area or other squares?
Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Throat.
Anywhere else?
No.
Mm-hmm. And so are you the spokesman for all the 9?
Yes, we don't like to speak.
Yes. And do they do what you say to do?
We all follow orders.
Mm-hmm. But you speak for all the rest of them? Do you tell them what to do? You're in charge, aren't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And the rest of the 9 listen to you?
The rest of the 8.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So what issues do you cause for this one? How do you keep her down? How do you keep her controlled?
Afraid of speaking publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Her heart beats fast. We disrupt her nervous system.
Uh-huh.
And we choke her in the throat.
Yes.
Make her know that what she says is of no use.
Yes.
To shut her voice. And dim her light.
Mm-hmm.
So you influence her thoughts as well. Is that how you get her to know it's of no use to speak?
When she was younger, it was easier.
Mm-hmm. Now it's getting very difficult,
It's
isn't it?
few years that we got to work harder.
Yes. And how is that device? How does that device in her throat, how does that keep her from speaking? You said it senses frequency. Do you send what she says back to your masters?
We have a certain frequency.
Uh-huh.
When she chants,
Yes.
that frequency goes very, very, very far.
Mm-hmm.
So we stop her from using the light language, chanting. From a little girl, we stopped her.
Mm-hmm.
We'd let her choke. And when she would chant, we would say in her mind, "What are you doing? You're not a singer."
Mm-hmm.
There are ways. We have ways to keep her voice dimmed.
Yeah.
We only allow certain things for her.
Mm-hmm.
We could control it.
Yes. So that kind of keeps her stringing along.
Yes, and even sometimes when she gets surpassed, then we give her thoughts.
Yes.
We'll use any way to shut that voice frequency. It's like a tuning fork.
Mm-hmm.
Much, much more comes from a place, and that's what she brought in.
Yes.
And that she's not allowed to use here.
Yeah. What
So
other
we're
issues?
responsible for that.
Uh-huh. What other issues do you cause? Is there any other issues that you cause for her?
We'll make her know that she's okay alone, so she doesn't open her heart,
Mm-hmm.
so that her heart could grow fully.
Yes.
That's why with her husband, her heart didn't grow. Then there was another gentleman that cheated and lied.
Uh-huh.
So we keep that under control.
I see. So you keep her heart from opening up so she can't let anybody else in.
Personal, yes, because that'll be too dangerous. We won't exist.
Wow. I see. And is that what your masters told you, that if that light comes in and you cease to exist?
Yes.
Mm-mm. What if I told you that you were lied to and deceived in order to do this, and you are from the light? You are the light. What would you think about that? You are more
He
powerful.
told us that you're liars, 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 liars.
And you know why he told you that? Because he wants you to keep doing this minuscule job, so you don't realize that you're more powerful than he is.
Not minuscule, we're powerful. Look at her.
Yeah, don't you want to be more powerful than your master?
There is no more power than my master.
I see. Can I show you that there is more powerful than your master? We're more powerful than your master.
You're wasting your time.
I see. Well, the angels that are gathered around you, they have a message for you. What you can expect if you detach from this one. What do they tell you?
They're not there. I don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm. They're there.
It doesn't work.
They're there. What do they say to you? You're curious to what they say.
I'm beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I see a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
And bright light behind it.
Yes. How does that feel to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this now? Do you remember this calmness and peace?
I don't know if I remember, but It's just relaxed.
Yes. Feels like home that you don't remember, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember, but
Do you like this?
it just sparkles.
What do the others think about this?
Let me ask them.
Yes.
Like they all put their armors down.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling. We're all feeling it.
Yes. So the rest of the 8 feel it?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we all feel it.
So can I show you that you are of the light and you have it within you?
Yes,
You don't need to be taking this one's energy any longer. You have your own. Let's go ahead and everybody look deep inside their beingness. Look for a tiny spark. It's a spark of source. We all have it. Tell me when everyone has found that spark. Tell me when everybody's found it.
yes, we're all good.
Beautiful. Now let's everyone expand that spark out. We're going to help you expand that spark out to be larger than what you are. Completely wrap yourself in your own internal power source. How does that light feel to everyone?
Good.
How does it feel?
Expansive.
Uh-huh. Do you feel that power and freedom of your own personal source light?
It feels very light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember being this light.
Yes. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Does everybody else feel this?
Yeah, we all feel the same way.
Yes. And is
We're
everybody?
floating.
Yes.
Um,
Is everybody ready to experience more of this by going with the angels to heal and so they can continue on their journey of their choosing? They don't have to do this work anymore for someone else.
yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Beautiful. What we're going to do is we're going to send a pulse of blue light through the net. It might tickle a little bit, but it's going to help everyone detach from this one. And I want you guys to help detach that device that's attached in our throat. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Yes. And I want you to place all your energy into the net as we do this, and that device, everywhere that it's attached, take it out and place it into the net as we send that light. Sending that light through the net. Now it's swirling through that blue, brilliant blue light, swirling through the net. Everything is detaching. They're taking that device, they're placing it into the net and disconnecting the wires, placing that all into the net. Everybody's placing their energy into the net with the help of the angels. This one's feeling this energy just detach and lift off. She can feel her throat starting to open up. Beautiful. It's all into the net now. Let's gently lift out now. Gently lift out now, 2, almost out, and 1, out in the lightest source with the angels. But before you all go, is there anything that you would like to tell this one?
Sorry.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Is there anything that this one would like to tell these energies before they go?
It's all good. Just go. Go.
Beautiful. And Archangel Metatron, Archangel Zachiel, taking care of that device. It doesn't belong in this universe. Does not belong in this universe. They're taken out of this universe, separating the consciousness from the device. And let's cut that final cord, cutting that final cord between all these energies. And as we watch those energies go with the angels into lightest source to heal and continue on their journey, what color light can we place there for healing for you?
Green.
Beautiful. And as I strike the tuning fork for the color green, I want you to place that frequency there, placing that frequency there. Begin the healing. All those lower density feelings just falling away. You can feel the throat open up, no more choking. The light increases. You're able to speak freely. That heart is opening up and expanding. Let's ask Kuan Yin and Raphael to assist with the healing in all these areas. Let's have Archangel Michael assist in the healing in the throat area. You can feel the speaking of your truth coming back, your self-awareness, that loving connection, that compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, and trust, your passion, your self-power, your inner power, your self-confidence, all come flooding back in. Your creativity, your joy, your sensuality, your independence and strength, stability and security all come flooding back in as the chakras all come back into line. How does that feel since we lifted that off?
Good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The angels are going to continue with the healing. Is there anything else as we scan the body? Is there anything else that had come up to the surface, or are we clear?
There's her left kneecap.
Mm-hmm. What sensation do you get in the left kneecap?
It's like a light throbbing pressure.
Yes. As you focus deeper, let's have Archangel Michael place his net of white light around that left kneecap, that light throbbing in the left kneecap, all the way around where the energy is attached. And when you focus deeper onto that energy, what color do you sense that to be?
I don't see a color.
What do you focus deeper on that? What do you sense that to be? Is it a consciousness that we need to speak with, or is it something else?
I think so. I'm not sure. As I put the focus, it throbs stronger.
Yes.
So I'm not sure.
Let us speak to that. It knows that we're looking at it now. It knows it's caught. I'd like to speak to it. If it had anything to say, what would it say?
I see little worms, like it's weird, like little worms, like lined up.
Yes.
Like little worms that you fish with, you know?
Yes. And do these little worms have anything to say to us? Or is this just a parasitical energy?
That's what I feel. Like I see it around like the bone and cartilage, and it's like lined up.
Yeah.
It's more like a parasitical energy, yes.
Yes. And how old were you when these were able to get in? What was going on in your life?
Okay. At the age of 40, when I left my ex.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when they got in there?
Yes.
What emotions were you feeling at that time when they got in there?
Fear, sad, yeah, beautiful. A lot of fear, fear, sad, disbelief. Even if I left, those feelings are showing. Even if I left, like the fear is big, fear.
Yes. And what issues have they been causing you since they've attached?
I feel that it's less because what it is I got on both knees. I got injected, you know, when you with your own blood cells, you inject. It's a certain procedure without operating.
Yes.
And I feel there's residues here. So this was at the age of 44. But before that, a year before, there was cortisone. They took out the water. But I feel like they're just a tiny group, and they're just there. They're residue. They still cause me not to bend as fully, but I could walk and I could walk. So, and I wasn't able to walk at a certain point. So I feel like there are residues of that.
Yes. And so they keep you from moving forward and grounding.
Well, yes, being more flexible, yeah, and grounding to the fullest. I feel like it's just a residue.
Mm-hmm. And what would you like to, you have all the available tools that you can use in this. What tool would you like to use? How would you like to remove these?
By sound frequency.
Beautiful. What color sound frequency would you like to use?
I would like to use red, but can I also use my voice frequency while you're doing the tuning?
Beautiful. Yes, you can. I'm going to strike the red tuning fork. Let's focus that frequency, and you could use your voice tuning to remove it. Let's strike that tuning fork. Let's focus that into both knees, removing any residuals. Let's envision that those frequencies, moving those outward, changing them into high frequency. And the angels can take care of them from there as they move them out, taking them where they need to go. Let me know when that is done.
Nice and clear.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's have the angels continue with the healing to that area. Is there anything else you need additional to that area of the knees? Or is it all clear?
Just to add more light.
Beautiful.
But I see clear, but just a boost of light.
Beautiful. What color light would you like to focus in there?
White, please.
Beautiful. I'm going to strike the tuning fork for white light. I want you to place that frequency there to continue to heal. Focusing that pure source light in there. Blasting out any remaining residual that might be there. How's that look now?
Shiny.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's have the angels continue assisting healing and balancing those areas. Let's continue. Is there any other areas that have come up when we use that blue light through the body? Or are we clear?
We're clear.
Beautiful. May I speak to this one's higher self, please?
Yes.
Beautiful. Could you do a scan of this one's body? Make sure that we've removed all the entities, anything that we need to remove today, and let me know if we're clear or not.
It's all clear.
Beautiful. I'd like to do a chakra balance and rebuild. Is that appropriate at this time?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. I want you to tell me what you see, experience, sense, or feel.
First thing I saw is like a cement structured like pointed. It looks like a crystal, but it's not. It's cement base.
Mm-hmm.
Not a pyramid because it has edges like a crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it's like a tower.
Yes.
And it's like a pointed crystal, but it's like cement based. It's very, very tall. That's what I see in front of me.
Beautiful. And what do you see around that cement based crystal?
The cement, it's not crystal. It's made of cement. Like there's no windows, nothing. And what I see, I'm just getting out of the grass.
How does that grass feel on your feet?
The grass is long when I step on it.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel?
And it feels coarse,
Yes.
like thick.
As you scan up your body, do you notice that you're male or female?
I don't know if I'm a male or female, but if I look at my feet,
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm like a child.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm a male. I'm a boy.
Yes. What clothes do you sense that you're wearing?
It's like knickers, but they're cut. It's like they have. It's like cut like in a spiky form.
Mm-hmm.
It's knickers. They're brown. I have suspender. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm like a boy, but I have peach fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
Like brownish red. Peach fuzz.
Yes. What color is that shirt?
It's like a cream color.
Mm-hmm. Do you notice that you're wearing anything on any jewelry or carrying anything in your hands?
I'm not carrying anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wearing like I would say like a straw hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a straw and with fabric. Can't describe it. I'm wearing like a hat.
Yeah. Beautiful. And picture, if you will, a magic mirror. When you look into that mirror, what do you describe your face for me?
I'm pale looking. I have like peach fuzz.
Yes.
My hair, I have bangs.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a round cut. You know, it covers my ears, and it's like the length of like over my ear all around.
Mm-hmm.
I have a long neck.
Yes.
And I have, I think either the collar is short and I have a long neck,
Mm-hmm.
or like, yeah, I have a long neck and I have a small body.
Yes.
I'm 12, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
That's what I feel.
Beautiful. Tell me more about this structure, this cement structure you're walking by.
Yeah, it's like, it's far ahead.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I'm in the field. I can't walk there. It's far ahead. I don't have access to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look down, it's like I'm not at the tip of a mountain, you know, like, or a hill that has grass and gravel on the floor. And then there's this tall structure. And it's like, I'm a little confused because I don't understand it. I can't get to there. And it doesn't have homes or anything around it. Like I see dark, and I don't know if it's dark tar or
using all, since we can't get to it, using all of your knowing, what is this structure? What is it used for?
I feel like that's why I want to go there. I want to know, because from where I am,
mm-hmm.
I have no way of getting there, but I could see it with my eyes.
Yes.
And that's what I want to find out.
Beautiful.
What it's used for. What is this?
Let's Let's go ahead and let's collapse time and space. And as I count from 3 to 1, we're going to drift and float through time and space and get to that structure so we can investigate it. 3, drifting and floating through time and space to that structure we want to take a look at today. 2, almost there. And 1, be there now. Tell me what you see, sense, feel, or experience.
So now that I'm close, it's like limestone, but made out of tile form, big tile form.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very tall. Like from where I'm standing, I don't see the tip of it, but it's very, very tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to look for an entry.
Yes.
Away, so I'm just with my hand touching. I feel like I have to touch,
mm-hmm.
and I'm pushing. That's it.
And how's that feel when you're touching it?
When it's very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's very smooth, but I touch somewhere and I just pushed it slightly, and there's a door, a rectangular door,
mm-hmm.
and now I have access to go in, and it's made of the same material, and it opens inward, but now I see dark,
mm-hmm.
and I want to go inside.
Beautiful.
To see what it is.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go ahead and go inside. And you have available light you could use. What light would you like to use to light up that darkness inside?
White light.
Beautiful.
Go ahead. The door is very thick.
Beautiful.
It has that natural structure of limestone, but the inside, I feel that it's metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a thick metal.
Yes.
And all the inside has metal, like I'm seeing around it. Mm-hmm. It has all metal, and the floor is like black.
Yes. So what are you using?
I feel nauseous, though.
Where's the nauseous coming from? What is causing the nauseousness?
I think the atmosphere.
Yes.
Of this place, it doesn't. It makes me feel nauseous.
Yes.
A bit of a headache.
Uh-huh. And as you look around with that white light, what else do you notice about that other than the metal structure on the inside?
Yeah. It's like there's a railing, and there's like, steps going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. I enter, like, if I look up, it's like a closed ceiling on the inside.
Yes.
But there's a railing that there's like those tiny steps, like a ladder of metal going down, but I'm able to see, far down. It's like, feels like a lab, or, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to see me.
Yes.
I don't think they see me, though.
Is there people
My heart is beating fast.
Oh, beautiful. Is there people there that you
That's what I'm trying to see, because I see like, I'm starting to see, like those lab bottles,
mm-hmm.
and like steam coming out.
Yes.
I'm just trying to look, but it's really far down. There's like this this metal stairs, like a ladder, brings you to one platform. Okay, let me see the first platform, because I know it goes down deeper. The first platform is pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
And see lap. It's so weird. It's like a reptilian in lab jacket.
Yes.
With a lab jacket.
Yes. What, using all of your knowing, what is this facility used for? What gave you the nauseous feeling when you came into the place?
It's like the chemical. It's like acidity. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it was the metal inside. I just like felt nauseous, and it. The best way to describe it is I didn't smell chemical, but it, like it feels like heavy, like when you breathe it, like toxic type of thing.
Yeah. So how are you feeling now as you're progressing down? Is it getting better?
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
I still have the nauseousness, but it's far. When I first came, I was able to feel it stronger. And now it's subsiding.
Yes.
But I feel like I have no body, like they're not able to see me.
Yes.
Is that normal? I'm like observing.
Yes.
Is that normal?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and envision a mask that you can breathe through so you can get rid of that nauseous feeling.
Okay.
Just put on a mask of light. You can breathe through that nauseous feeling.
Okay, that feels better.
Beautiful. Let's progress down that ladder even further. You see the reptilians in lab coats. What is it that they're working on?
The first layer, there's smoke, and there's like those lab bottles. And I don't see much there. Like, I don't see much there, but I'm guided to go in a deeper level. And as I go in this deeper level, there's nothing that I see, but I'm walking like I'm on this platform. I'm going around now, and there's an opening, another dark opening, and I'm guided to go there.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
So I'm going to take my light with me.
Yes, beautiful. That beautiful white light.
With me.
And where's that light shining from?
Wow, it's like I'm holding a light.
Beautiful.
So it's like I have like a lantern of light. Beautiful. But yet they don't see me. That's what I smell, sulfur. The word sulfur was what I was smelling.
Yes.
And so now I'm walking, and the corridor is tight. But it's like now when I see on the right of me, it's like a cave, rocks. And if I move the lantern, I don't see any end. It's like open. But I'm walking in this path, and it's all like rocks.
Yes.
But I just feel that there's an opening, and I don't know why, so I'm going to continue walking here.
Yes. Tell me what you're seeing as you go through that opening. You have your light with you. You can shine around and look.
That way is really, really tight.
Using all of your knowing, what was the purpose of that geometric structure of that cement place?
From what I sense, it's like the shape of it, it's like a receptor of like an antenna.
Yes.
From either from another planet or or the ethers. It's a charger, like an antenna and a charger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can say.
Beautiful.
So it has to be a certain structure, the shape, but in this case, also the height. Because when I passed, it was lit up, but I didn't see any light,
Mm-hmm.
like any light bulbs or anything.
Yes.
Where the reptilians were.
Mm-hmm.
And now here it's dark, but I feel like I have to continue walking
Yes.
through the, okay, I see like an opening like of a cave.
Uh-huh.
I just have to go in it. I just have to like bend a little, I feel. It's not that high.
Yes.
So I'm going. I'm doing this because I feel safe, but I just don't like the cave and the tightness, but I feel safe.
Yes. We have our guardians and angels with us. Beautiful. Tell me what you're sensing or feeling as you go through that tight opening.
I know there's a light at the end. I'm just walking through to see. And it's a room that's very bright. I just see light for now.
Yes. What else do you see as you're shining your white light around?
Oh, okay. Something just appeared, like on the side and slanted. You see, it's like, let's say I'm on a platform and they have these rails and they have these metal, like the coal, remember in the days, like the coal, like a wagon. And they're putting something in there and they're bringing it down. I still don't look where they're bringing it. What are they putting in there? Like, oh, there's a rail on that side and it's going down. Just want to see what's in this metal structure. Well, I can't see, but I know it's going down. Like like I'm standing in this alley and you see like an ice cream cone, like with the point. I feel like it's like that. There's a point and there's something there and they're dumping it in there. But I don't know what they're dumping, but I don't see any reptilian. I don't see any humans. I don't see anybody. It's like it's self-operated, these wagons.
Yes.
And I don't know where they're coming from. And it's being dumped in this space, in that hole.
Yes. Go ahead with all your knowing. What do you sense that they're placing into those metal containers?
They're using it to build something.
What is it that they're building?
I feel like I'm going to go down that, I feel like I'm a spirit and I'm just going down that hole. I just feel like I need to go down that hole.
Beautiful. Go ahead and let's collapse space and time and let's go down that hole and be there where we need to be. Tell me what you see, sense, or feel in this new place.
Oh my. It's like I see a woman in a German outfit. There's reptilians.
Yes.
It's like a mini village.
Yeah.
Like in one place it looks like lab and scientific. In the other place it looks like military, like exercise, like standing up, moving. At the other place it looks like they're teaching, and there's like kids, like very slick and well dressed, and
these beings that you're seeing, are they human or?
Those dressed, and the one in military, yes, and like those teaching the kids is like a reptilian and has a jacket like a professor, and it's like, but it's a reptilian teaching the kids, and the kids are looking in front, very disciplined.
Yes.
Like very, like I don't even know if they're human. Like they're too perfect. Like they all have the same look.
Yes.
It's like they're not even human. And when I'm looking at the soldiers, they feel like they look like the same. They're all the same. That lady, when I first came in, she was human. Mm-hmm. But these students and the soldiers, I think they all look alike. Mm-hmm. They all have like light hair and like gelled and white shirts. No, there's no females. They're all male. They're all male students. I think that's weird. I think the reptilians are forming them or programming them.
Mm-hmm. What is it that they're programming them for?
To spread around the world.
Mm-hmm.
To spread on the earth, like in one area. Okay, you like you're adopted, you're here, you're there, but it's all like the same person.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they organically produce them or if they're formed. I don't know.
Using all of our knowing, what is it that they want to? Why do they want to place them all around the earth?
They want to reciprocate, like so they find a mate one day and babies, like, so this breed of boys,
yes,
by producing, mm-hmm. will be in the genes of the children.
Yes.
I don't know if I explained it well. I'm very limited with that's the best way I could say. So it's like they're produced in a lab. Mm-hmm. But I don't see reptilians. They look human.
Yes.
But they're produced because they all have the same face. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're being brought like to Canada, US, Europe, but like adoptive with all different names. Mm-hmm. But they all look the same.
And then what is their purpose by being placed in those different areas?
It's something like, like planting a seed, and that seed is going to grow.
Yes.
And that seed, the garden becomes that seed when it grows. More and more of that comes. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I got.
Yes.
That's the best way I could describe it from my knowing that is happening.
And they're programming the boys in this place. What are they doing with the girls?
That's why I was looking. I don't see any girls. I just see boys here. Mm-hmm. When I first walked in, there was a woman with it didn't have a swastika, but it had like a uniform of the army type of thing.
Yes.
With those hats pointed, it was like a brown color. Mm-hmm. The reptilian was beside, and then when I went down, I saw the soldiers, and I really didn't take a good look, but then when I did, they all looked the same. It's the same soldier. Uh-huh. And then over here with the teacher as reptilian, I looked but then I noticed they're all the same boys. It's like copy and paste. And there's 12 in this class of those boys.
Yes.
And they all have the same look.
What are they teaching them to do? Their program, what do they program them to do?
Like, I feel they're human, but they're in a state of like, they're instilling a program in them. You know what I mean? Or,
yeah.
And because I don't see a blackboard, I don't see books. I just see the reptilian in that jacket standing next to them. So I don't know if they're in a hypnotic state because then, you know, they're like stiff. So I don't know if they're inserted with, I'm trying to find out.
Yes.
They're being infused like with codes and their personal story. Let's say if they're getting adopted, let's say from parents, they have a personal story that they have to recite. Because they're not children, they're young boys, so they have a past. So they each have a story to recite to the adoptive parents.
Yes.
You know, or if they're put in a foster home and not being adopted, they have a story, and that's what they're programming with. That's what they're instilling them with. But they have the skin, the blood, and everything of a human. But they're like a human robot, but they could reproduce. So it's like they have like a device in them, and it's for them to track the development of these beings, like because they have the blood and the heart and all that. Like, do they evolve? How do they evolve? How is it when they interact with others? That's the whole purpose of this. Weird. I know all this information. Wow.
Yes. What is it that we need to see, or what is it that we need to do in this place? Since they can't detect us, can we free them?
I'm seeing what was done many, many years ago. So these beings do exist here on the earth.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask the question, can they be freed?
Go ahead. What do they say to your question?
They're showing me a device that's inside, and seeing that they are part organic. Of course, they could be freed, but I don't know. I just want clarity on why the device inside. Because like that device is like a tracking device. We'll say it does more than just tracking.
Yes.
But like, let's call it a tracking device. So they're showing me that they're organic. I'm just waiting. Yes, they could be freed, but I don't understand how. I'm just
beautiful.
Seeing what I receive.
Let's save these 12 that are there. Is that possible? Can we shut off that tracking device?
Now they're not boys anymore. Oh, I see something. So remember when we first said the top of this whatever structure on the outside? Well, there's a hole. They're showing me a hole up there. And this hole is a receptor, right?
Yes.
So you could use its energy, right? Like source energy. So we could we could infuse them with that energy. I'm just looking up. So we could bring in that energy, and just like the device, it'll go dormant. It won't be active.
Beautiful.
So now they're adults. These boys are adults. I don't know if they're all living.
Yes.
If we're talking about these boys, but they're saying we could go back in time and deactivate, and this is where we are back in time. We could deactivate it. And anything that is, if they're still alive, it'll deactivate. And if it was passed on to their children or grandchildren, so on and so forth, it'll trickle, it'll deactivate all of them. So yes, we could do that now.
Beautiful.
And even those people, those soldiers, we could deactivate those soldiers too. And what it does, it just breaks all ongoing communication or whatever. We could do that right now.
Beautiful. Good. Let's go ahead and let's channel source light in. I'm going to signify that source light with pure white crystal light. Let's focus that frequency in there as I strike that tuning fork, disabling those units. Sending that source light in, disconnecting, disrupting that communication. Tell me what happens.
Their heads just drop. The reptilian is not happy.
Still, we are undetected.
Yes, I'm still undetected. Like, he's confused.
Beautiful. And what happens next?
That lady's attention and the other reptilian, they're coming down to like where I am. They don't see me. They don't know what went wrong. But it's like, I feel like shipping that tip of that so that light doesn't come through this building, you know, like they're getting the fuel or energy from there. It's because now that they're disactivated, I just don't want them to reactivate it again. I feel there's like another step we have to do.
Beautiful. Let's ask our guides and angels that are here with us. What do we need to do? What's the next step that we need to do? Can we assist them in escaping?
It's like they're showing me like they want to put a cloak on that tip. To put a cloak on it, so they think that the light is coming in, but it's a light without a force. And even if they think the device is on, but it's not going to do what they had planned for it to do, you know, to control and have readings. It's like to put like a shield on top that still, it shows like it's detecting the light coming through, like cold, but it's to like to put like a shield, but it's cloaked. They can't see that there's a shield because they don't go up there. It was, they can't, like the way it was built, they don't go up there. So that's why it's so high. Nobody could reach it. So they're saying to put that shield, and it's cloaked.
Yes.
And I'm just asking a question. Will they reactivate? No, they won't. So they're still in search after this. It's like they have to start their whole analysis and all of that.
It's beautiful.
Yes, and they won't find it. It's like searching, you know? So it's like it's like it was a defect. It didn't work. So like they're starting anew, so they won't. So these are all disactivated, and they're not rebooted.
Mm-hmm.
The people that we deactivated.
Mm-hmm.
But there's many of thousands that came out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this small group.
Yes.
Many of thousands.
And so if we put that cloak shield on top of that structure, will that deactivate the other ones?
Deactivate the soldiers?
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
The other ones that have gone through that program?
The ones that I see here, or the other ones previous?
The other ones previous and the ones following.
Yes, because it's a system shutdown.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Is there anything else that we need to do in this place? We got that cloak shield on top, which shuts the whole system down and deactivates it. Previous and following.
No, I don't feel that. I think we saw what we needed. I'm just going to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it.
Beautiful.
We saw what we needed to see.
Mm-hmm. And now those ones that we've deactivated, they're able to, again, think for themselves and reboot.
The organic part of them is going to take over.
Yes, beautiful.
The organic part of them. So it's like the organic part of them is going to take over.
Uh-huh.
And it's like so subtle, so that, like when you take, one step, forward, then there are 3 steps back, but no, it's like 1 step forward, then another half a step forward,
Mm-hmm.
There won't be anything, no interruption, no, detecting. Yes, the organic part of them will take over.
Beautiful. And
so there is a device inside of them,
uh-huh.
but it's deactivated.
Beautiful. And so by just doing this in the astral realms, how many ones have we affected and deactivated?
128,000.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. That's more that'll come and to realization and seeing what's being done.
We're going to notice, because there are grandchildren and great-grand, we're going to notice it. So that organic part, there, of course, the light within them won't be interfered all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that organic part of them is what needed when they touch this land, so that more and more of, as you know, we all are light beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
In our carbon body. So that light won't be dim. So that is the frequency that Mother Earth needs also for to be accompanied. And it's an exchange of the same. So yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's all good. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So we've done our work there, and let's pull out of that work, and since we've completed everything we needed to complete today, what was our reason for having to see that today? Why did we need to see that and do that today?
Because it was needed, because where these people are placed around the world, and of course some have immigrated elsewhere and traveled,
Mm-hmm.
it just brings the balance. They're all in extreme different parts of the world, and this is bringing balance here on Earth that we need now.
Mm-hmm.
The balance of that. So it doesn't mean that they're working on them energetically. These beings, each organic being that we freed right now, doesn't mean they're working on them, but just being fully organic and their natural light is what is needed for the Earth to come in balance.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna notice it Now, because there are so many beings, you see, don't forget that this, I'll call it pyramid, but it's not a pyramid. It's like codes were coming, divine codes were coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So these beings have that within them.
Yes.
And the device would just control it so it wouldn't, grow, or they would limit it, suppress it. Well, now there's no suppressing. So even if people don't work on themselves, these beings, like connect Mother Earth or whatever, that's like organic. That's going to awaken within them. Just being who they are, they're emanating that.
Yes.
And then naturally they'll make, decisions that are in value or for their highest good. It's going to happen naturally. There's nothing blocking it. So let's say if a person is filled with anxiety, this person is filled with anxiety, just naturally say, oh, I have to slow down in my job. Oh, I feel like going to nature, because there's codes coming from the ethers. So the individuals that we have affected, but we said 128,000, well, they're going to have their own awakening now.
Ah, beautiful.
In their own way. And that's going to bring balance here on Earth. You see, Source works in a very subtle and behind the scene way.
Beautiful.
So everything has to do with balance.
And we're doing some amazing work here by getting that going. Beautiful. Is that this one's task to be able to do that, to go into these places in the astral realm? And
what this one didn't share with you, you see, she's guided by us. Last year she went on a road trip with her dog, and we guided her to go to Arizona and the Keys in Florida. We guided her to bring 9 citron, and actually the same pointed way as what she saw here in this. And so we guided her where she had to put each crystal.
Yes.
And one of the kids, when she left the Keys, she went to also the East Coast. Well, in Clearwater, there was that flood. Well, in every place that she put in Kansas, in the canyon, well, those crystals were infused by us. She has them energized, but they were infused by Source. Well, to bring balance. And yes, it is her mission. She's been doing it now for 7 years. This year, we're bringing her. We told her September 11th to go to New York so that she can, whatever happened in New York in September 11th, her walking the land, she's a transmuter of energy.
Yes.
And she is leaving with a ship, the Cunard, which is the old Titanic. So she's getting on that ship, traveling 7 days in the Atlantic. Look what happened to the Atlantic a few days ago. So it's 7 days at sea. She's landing in London. She's going to the gates of London, reptilian. We're making her walk London. She takes the train. She's going to Switzerland. Why Switzerland? Then she's going to go to Fatima in Portugal. Then we're guiding her to, and she doesn't know all the details, Verona. She's going Slovenia, Croatia, and we're going to add other places. She is a natural transmuter. She's done this many times.
Yes.
So, and she follows the guidance because she trusts us. We always have her back. So, it takes sometimes one person do something big, and you're all here incarnated for that reason. It's not called a mission. It just is your beingness, everyone. And it's all to bring balance in this space right now here on Earth.
It's very beautiful. Thank you for all of that. Is there anything else that you need to share with her about that experience that we just encountered? Is there anything else that she needs to know?
No, we had it has nothing for her to do personally. She doesn't astral travel, but we had her astral travel for this.
Beautiful. I'm so happy I could be part of it. So, if there's nothing else that she needs to learn from that, I'd like to do some healing. Is there anything else with her physical body that needs healed?
What is her teeth since she's given birth? Her teeth have caused her a lot of problems, her back teeth.
Yes.
So we could just I know she's going to the dentist tomorrow because she was thinking of removing the teeth. But we could just boost that up and just put some light, seeing that we're all here.
Yes.
And she doesn't do it for herself. So we're going to take this moment to do it for her.
Beautiful. Go ahead and do that. Let me know when that is complete.
Beautiful, it's done.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And who is it that is with her and helping her today? Who are we speaking with?
We're all coming through. We're a collective.
Beautiful.
I'm just seeing things. I think it's my spirit guide or the collective. I'm just seeing there's a shamanic woman. There's another being that's so beautiful that has the blue shimmery face.
Yes.
There's a dragon, and that's my dragon, Crystal. She's here, and she's nodding her head. She's speaking.
Yes.
There's Minnie. I see her with wings. I see my other horse, Jackie. I know it's from. I see a big reptilian behind me, and it's a good reptilian.
Yes.
He has converted.
Beautiful.
And he says, I'm in peace.
Beautiful.
So this one has lived many lives. When the earth formed, she was a spirit, non-physical.
Yes.
And it's from, we are the rainbow. Which all the colors that one is light. So we all came in at the same time as a collective.
Beautiful. I want to thank you so much for being with us here today and helping us today. So she should see an improvement in her teeth now that you've flooded that with light?
Yes.
Is there any other actions or steps that she should take now?
Now that whatever was removed, it's so easy for her to work on others intuitively or the way and she always has a hard time for herself.
Yes.
But she's going to be able to feel more, and whatever was removed, especially from the heart and throat, well, the expansion is already starting now. And no, there's nothing else.
Okay, beautiful. And let me just make some confirmations. She had some discomforts in her head that were off and on several months. Was that from the entity that we removed from the head?
What they were suppressing, because there's ascension symptom, as you call it, and they were suppressing it. So there was like going, and they were suppressing. So it couldn't expand, because there was that suppressing, it's like a balloon, blowing it, deflating it, blowing and deflating. Now whatever has to take place is as it should be.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then her eyes being puffy and irritated and tired, and that was from the earthbound soul of Carl. Is this correct?
Yes, so it was the right eye, but it also affected the left eye. So it's going to bring balance. And she's always suffered. It was more with her right eye that she suffered. But that was his entryway, but it was also with the left eye. So yes, things are going to change with her eyes.
Beautiful. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And then with her, we didn't get why she's smoking. Could you show her why she's smoking? So if she chooses to, she can release that.
Yes, she's been a shaman in many lifetimes. So smoking back then, like the tobacco, like there's natural tobacco. So it's more something that she carries from a past life. But she's quitting, and we're not worried about that. Her lungs are clear. It doesn't affect. We're not worried. It's on the path. We're not worried about. There's no entities attached to that. It'll be sooner than later. She has the batches on the counter, and she thinks it's in a month, but it's going to be sooner than that.
Okay, beautiful.
Than that. Sorry.
Beautiful. She's had issues with her weight. Why is it that she keeps that weight there?
You see, before it was like what she didn't say, she was raped when she was young many times also. And it's a form of protection. And then when she got married and thought she was codependent, thought she was in love, she was raped many times there. Then when she left her husband, she met this guy friend, which turned lovers, and she was raped. So it's a form of protection. But now with what was removed from her heart and her throat, well, now she'll be able to experience, and she won't need that. We know that she works with energy, and usually when you put energy, you protect yourself. But she's a transmuter. She doesn't need like to protect herself. It's just to protect herself, not from negative spirits or evil. It's from humans of the opposite sex, so that she could convince herself she's not attractive. She's not, so she won't be vulnerable and open for a relationship. But that's down the path. So now it's removed. So hopefully this is recorded, and she'll just trust the process and allow, because she's beautiful either way. It doesn't matter, but she doesn't need to do that anymore to not attract. Even the way she is, she attracts just the same, but she'll be safe now. She'll be able to trust someone that's coming.
Beautiful.
For
So
her.
There is someone coming for her in a romantic relationship.
Yes, and it's a relationship that she has never experienced, but it's a relationship that she had. She won't know this partner, but she knows what it is. Many lifetimes she's been raped, but a long, long time ago she had a real relationship. So she incarnated many hundreds of times and been raped, or but before that she knew what a real relationship was. We're saying 3 times in all the many times she incarnated, because she always had a mission. So but she'll live this relationship here in this lifetime, in the near future. So, and that's why, we waited. So, this meeting has been postponed because she had to live certain things and the loss of her dog. And so now she's alone for the first time in her life. So she could bring in balance. And after this healing and releasing and integrating and activation. Well, now she's able to come in balance. It is time. It is her time. So everything is in divine time. And, this is divine time for her. So this is like, not an initiation, but let's say a start now, from this moment, forward, for her to bring that balance within her. So as you know, as you saw, she had certain unbalance in her being. So now all this is going to integrate, and in the near future, she'll meet the right partner, and not to worry.
Beautiful. And I want to make sure that she's released all those emotional traumas that she's experienced through those lifetimes. Have they been released properly?
Yes, she did a lot of soul retrieval. She did a lot of deep work within. Yes, they are all released. Let me just scan.
Beautiful.
Just to confirm. Yes, there are no residues, nothing.
Beautiful. And now that she knows that she doesn't need to keep that protection in place, she can release those protections that she doesn't no longer need.
Yes, she's already sweating so much. So the work already started. She usually doesn't sweat this much. So her body is just bringing in that balance. And she's laughing because she's happy. I'm actually sweating. So
Beautiful, beautiful. And is it appropriate to ask her questions now, or because we're running out of time?
No need. She'll have the answers of what. No need. She'll have the answers of what she was asking the question. It'll come to her. As we always do in a dream or when she's meditating. She never asks. It comes to her. So no need to ask those questions.
Beautiful.
And if she wants to, in the near future, 6 months, a year, well, she'll have another regression with you.
Okay, beautiful. And is there any of her questions that need to be addressed right now before I...
Many is in the spirit, as she knows.
Yes.
And yes, she will incarnate. Yes, she will. And yes, she'll have clear. She'll know. She doesn't need to know now.
Okay, beautiful.
Because she's asking us this, many, I want to know about many. So we answered that for her.
Beautiful. And the rest of the questions you'll answer for her as it's appropriate will come to her.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
And she's okay with that.
Okay. Is there any final messages for her today?
No.
Beautiful.
She's feeling our love.
Beautiful. Is there anything else, or are we complete?
We are complete.